Communities are opposing a plan by New Fortress Energy to bring liquefied natural gas by rail car for export overseas in Gibbstown, New Jersey on the Delaware River. The terminal is located about 3 miles south of Philadelphia, about 2.5 miles north of Chester, Pennsylvania, and about 6 miles from the Delaware line, the state of Delaware. A special permit was granted to New Fortress Energy under the Trump administration to transport liquefied natural gas from the north central region of Pennsylvania about 200 miles to the facility in Gibbstown. It goes through communities along the way that will be exposed to the dangers associated with the transportation of liquefied natural gas. This special permit was granted despite a long-standing ban on the transport of liquefied natural gas by rail car, and the communities that live along the tracks that will be exposed to this danger are asking President Biden not to allow this permit to continue. The special permit expires November 30th, the end of this month, and the petition that is being shopped door to door, the petition that is being brought door to door by communities in Pennsylvania, particularly in Philadelphia, are asking President Biden not to allow this permit to be extended or to rescind it today. The reason for that is the people who live along these tracks, the people here in Philadelphia and in Allentown who live right next to it and work right next to where these tracks go, will be exposed most quickly and most intensely to any fire, explosion, or vapor cloud that is emitted should there be a derailment. This is an intolerable injustice that this petition points out to the Biden administration and says that we want this project stopped. We do not want to be a sacrifice zone for the transport of liquefied natural gas through our communities. We're going to hear today from community members in Philadelphia and Allentown who are fighting to keep this project out of their neighborhoods and to protect the people that they live and work with every day.
In Philadelphia, you have a lot of poor sections of the city. This is one of the poorest sections in the city of Philadelphia. Right now it's 19133 where I live at, and 19122 are the poorest sections. You know, predominantly 19133 is Hispanic, Puerto Rican. 19122 is black, is African American. This area here is predominantly black and Hispanic. It's almost like 50-50. So this is 19140, I believe. I've been living in pretty much in this area for 51 years now. This area has always pretty much been poor. It's been neglected a lot, and even the people that are supposed to lead neglect this area pretty much. You know, for the interest. Right now, it's being gentrified. A lot of areas where I'm from, and so we go through all this as if nobody even pays attention to us, and like nobody really cares. And so you have a lot of people that create that after so many years of neglect, they simply, a lot of times, they feel helpless, like nobody's going to help them. And so it's basically about fighting back. So it's about reversing the course. And if we're going to go into a better planet, a greener planet, a safer planet, we got to get away from fossil fuels. We just simply have to stop promoting projects like that. Just little by little, let it phase away as we promote cleaner energy, as we promote. And we got to also promote sustainability. We don't even promote the idea that we just got to stop waste. We have so much waste, unnecessary waste. Is basically they're going to do whatever it takes to make money. They don't care. They could put all the commercials you want to about how real much they care. They really don't. There's nothing in the history of them that says that they really care. Look what they've done to the Amazon. It's economic racism. It's not just black and brown. It's also economic racism. If you go further down, even though it's not a big area where this train will pass, it's poor whites that are there. So it's economics. It generally affects us more, obviously, but it also going to affect them too. You know, so it's about economic. You know, this one passed by. And let's be for real. This is not going to pass by in a rich neighborhood. It is not. It's not going through Martha's Vineyard. Let me just call it to you that way. It's not. All you need is one accident. You don't. I mean, when people say, "Oh, you know, they could say when it's going to happen." It just needs to happen once, and that's going to affect you. So why not stop it before? Why let it affect you and destroy your life and destroy some of your family members? You know, and that's why you want to stop it. You know, there's other alternatives. There's so many other alternatives now. It's just us moving away from it. We have the resources. There's plenty of landfills that we can open up and get resources from there. We can also start investing in our people, and we can stop investing in wars. That doesn't benefit any working class person. So if you get away from wars and you invest in your people, you'll see that you don't need this dream. You don't need them, and you just move away from it. That's simple as that. It's just you have special interests that doesn't need to be special, and that's what it comes. We need to be special. Working people need to be special. And once you start doing that, then society continues going, and we'll eliminate frack gas. And that's what we're doing here, and that's what we want to do in Puerto Rico too. We want a clean energy, and since we don't have fossil fuels, which is good, we don't need to be dependent on them. We can be independent. We have the sun.
And we're going to stop these bomb trains.
We're going to stop these bomb trains. We got to give it the best shot we got, and we can stop these bomb trains. That's just right. Yep.
A single rail car contains the same energy as 600 tons of TNT. Putting that in perspective, a train of only 25 cars of LNG will carry through our communities the same energy as the Hiroshima atomic bomb. Expert stakeholder agencies, including the California PUC, the New York DOT, the National Transportation Safety Board, as well as the International Association of Firefighters and the National Association of State Fire Marshals, have all weighed in on the public safety impact, stating that this mode of transport should not be approved and recommend further extensive review and testing.
The role that I'm doing today is for letting folks know how close this liquid nitrogen gas train tracks are, so close to our communities. We live in areas that are affected with bad air, unsafe homes, with mold, and all these issues that affect us that are part of environmental issues. And on top of this, we now have a train that could come through that could blow up in our communities. And as you can see, this is a residential area. This is where a lot of folks, call this home. And I was actually raised here in this area of Allentown for over 25 years. This is my community. Yeah, the route is going to go right through communities of color. There's a lot of immigrant communities in this area too. There's a lot of communities of color. And this community, suffers a lot with a lot of issues, with working, not being able to have a job, and so many issues. But on top of this, it seems like a train is going to come through now. This is something that was under the previous administration, presidential administration, a permit that was allowed, and something the president should know also. They should let President Biden know that this is under his watch now, and this is his call. He could cancel this permit. People don't have to know much about what's happening. It's just knowing that this is liquid nitrogen gas that is explosive, that if it blows up, it's going to affect so many people, thousands of people in this area. And there's nothing people can do. What I've heard of is that if it explodes, they can even turn it out, like extinguish it. They just got to let it burn. And look how close this train is to communities right here. We heard of this before in other communities throughout the United States with oil pipelines, and you see it over and over again that accidents, right? They say accidents happen. I don't trust them. I don't trust this. They're putting profit over people. That's what they're doing.